Welcome. So today we just have a little bit of time, so we wanted to talk a little bit about how we use lighting on the fly on a wedding day and show you guys some examples and hopefully take some questions and be able to help you guys out a little bit.
For us in particular, if we're going to go and we're going to break out a light, which by its very nature is artificial, to a wedding day, which by its very nature is authentic and organic, then we need to find a way to do that where what we're doing with our light doesn't overpower what's really happening in the moment. We will not walk through life with our couples, but our photos are what go with them. Our photos get to bear witness to their lives. So we shoot for that silver frame so that 60 years from now, when people look at our photos, they don't see what we as photographers did, this cool thing that we did, they see the two people in it.
So on a wedding day, we've identified 3 different goals that we want to always be striving for. And the first is to see what the light is doing in the image, but not actually see the light source itself. Our second goal is that we want to make the flash feel as natural as possible. And by doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to achieve results that focus much more on that couple and much more on what's actually happening. And our third goal is to focus much more on the people in the image and what's actually happening than what we're doing as photographers. It just helps to tell those authentic stories and be true to the couple. This is an image we shot a couple years ago. This was a wedding in our hometown, New Haven, Connecticut. And, beginning of the day, it was like cold, like it usually is. And then it started snowing a little bit. And then there was 3 feet of snow on the ground. So I think this is the key to working on the fly, is that you need to be mobile, right? So the B2 allows us to be able to walk with our couple. In this case, we had our assistant off to the side here, walking with us. And the light's coming right down here with I think this was the 1.3 by 2 softbox at the time. So a nice soft light coming down, balanced well with the ambient light that you see in the image.
This is another example of just really putting that light and those angles to work for you. So this is an angle where the light to the subject to us is about 120 degrees coming in. It was an okay getting ready room. You can see the carved walls were pretty. It was kind of messy, so we just found one little corner that wasn't completely destroyed from the bridesmaids. And we used the light to our advantage to really show off all the the ruffles and the fold of that Haley Page dress. And what I did there is I just asked her to count the layers of her dress up, count the layers of her dress down. Count the layers up, count it down. And that gives you really beautiful, natural, organic gesture. So this one was shot in a church. How many of you guys get those churches where it's kind of like where light goes to die, right? It's like those big, giant, dark cathedrals. Anybody get those? So what was kind of cool about this moment is that it was after the ceremony, before they went to cocktail hour, and the girls just genuinely were having a lot of trouble getting this bustle to work, which meant we had all the time in the world to kind of move around, find our angles, literally use light to shine a light on what was happening. And what I love the most about this image is that it is truly a candid moment. And we can kind of see real life happening and just say, how do we change? How do we go from taking a snapshot of real life happening and using light and using our composition and what we do to make art out of real life?